Good, y'all. You already know what it is. These women are wilding again. Shout out to the Legion of Men for the video. We got a woman going viral here for her unrealistic dating expectations. What's new? Let's see what they're talking about. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
Basically, I'm just very clear on what I want. There's a lot of boxes that need to be ticked. I know this man is out there. And it's just a matter of finding him. 7-figure salary.
Right.
Already said.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. So we're talking NBA guy, NFL guy, some type of celebrity actor. Yeah, because I'm sure Michael B. Jordan is roaming the streets looking for that girl.
Morning routine.
Yes.
That includes.
Look at the hands. Already. You look like a mouse. Bro, this looks like someone's old, like 40-year-old aunt right here. She's dressing like a 40-year-old aunt. 7 figures right out the gates. Right out the gates. Not a sweetheart, not great family man, in tune with being a father, would like to start at 7 figures. Does he beat you? Does he treat 7 figures? Okay.
Some sort of exercise with group accountability, as well as some sort of very high nutrition, I'm going to say smoothie.
Do you see the dating coach? So he has to look at her face. Her face is, this girl's fucked. This is the face you make when you're getting paid and you can't tell your client they're out of their fucking minds. This is the, you will be forever alone. What you're asking for does not exist. At least, it doesn't even exist, period. If you were like Miss Universe, it doesn't matter. That guy doesn't exist. You want a 7-figure man who has an insane morning routine with group accountability, and he wakes up and has this high protein, nutritious smoothie? What the fuck is up with...
How do you even begin to vet someone new to see if they even have that? Like how do you casually in a conversation you meet someone bring that up? Hey, did you make $1 million last year? How do you even casually vet that?
Your brain cells.
At least 5'10". I feel like that's generous. I need him to be obviously in very good shape.
Obviously.
I need him to have a full head of hair.
Oh my gosh.
That's very important.
She's just whipping things out of thin air. Girl, do you even know anyone that makes $1 million a year? At a celebrity level status.
Important to me.
Very important.
Be a Christian, but not take it too seriously. I don't want to have to go to church every Sunday, but I also I don't want to get into fights over religion either.
Sure, of course.
I want him to have an impeccable wardrobe.
Oh my God.
I want his suits to be tailored. I want him to look.
This has to be a joke. This cannot be serious at all. This has to be trolling.
Good in greens and blues, because those are complementary.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. What am I even hearing right now? I want him to be impeccable. His suits need to be crispy, just pressed. And also greens and blues, right? Those are complementary. Is that what she just said? He has to look good and great. And she's just with the smile writing this down this is complete bullshit. We're not finding anybody. I'm just collecting a check. Survive for the next 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is.
Greens and blues, because those are complementary to what I look good in.
You can't be fucking serious.
Absolutely no jewelry.
Okay.
Absolutely no tattoos.
Okay.
Unless the only tattoo that would be acceptable would be a very small tattoo if he were in a secret society at an Ivy League university and was forced to get a tattoo, that I would make a pass for.
It's got to be a Harvard
He
grad
was
too.
forced.
I want him to be from a good family. I'll know what that means when I see it, or what.
She can't even describe it. She can't even describe what that. She can't even describe what she's looking for. Oh my gosh.
Or more well said, I'll know what wouldn't satisfy that criteria when I see it.
Okay.
Never been married, no kids. I want to be his first wife. Our children are going to be his only children.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No allergies.
Oh, look at this girl. With all due respect, this girl's like a 3. She for real thinks that she's gonna be able to bag a 7-figure Ivy League graduate fitness model? Oh my gosh. Lady, do you even know the type of women you would be competing for? Oh, you'd be going up against like the Sydney Sweeneys of the world, the Megan Goods, like the prime J-Los. Girl, look at you. Look at you.
No, wow.
Has to like animals. I would prefer that he's a cat person, but if he's a dog person, that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
She's not a complete animal.
Damn, listener.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked, cuz that's what she just said right there. Has to be a cat person, but I'll make exceptions for a 7-figure man with an impeccable wardrobe, part of a secret society, is tall as hell, super jacked on his nutritious grind. I will be willing to forgo him having a dog. Women have lost their fucking minds. We're beyond saving them. There is a cohort of women that literally will clap and say, yes, queen, yes, you go, sis, yes, don't settle.
Yep.
How could you possibly ever satisfy a woman this delusional?
I don't get how they think this is like, quote unquote, lowering your standards. When your quote unquote standards is in fiction land, in fairy tale land, it's not lowering your standards. It's just coming back to reality. In what world would a man that she described like that be checking for that type of woman? In what world? This is peak delusion. Peak delusion.
Arranged. Now, what's funny about her, of course, is that the delusions are so grandiose that everybody will just scoff and go, huh, you're crazy, bitch. You'll never find that. But there are millions of women, and you probably know some, who do have delusions of a checklist that they are in no position to make demands for. There are women, and you know them, which have insane checklists right now to date that are average girl next door, that are the ones that you're talking to, and may even be your woman. What they think is normal is so detached from reality that it makes them undateable. We haven't even gotten to wife material yet. Now, if she were to spin this around, and I don't know if she did or if that video exists, but ask her back, what do you bring to this man's life who has all this from your checklist? You are looking like a mouse. You dress like shit, 45, 50-year-old grandma, right? Do you have an insane morning routine with nutrition? Do you have a pedigree? Is there like a blood test that we can find out your history? Are you a virgin?
Can you even cook or clean? I bet you she can't even cook. I bet you she can't even cook. Let's start there.
What do you possibly offer a man of that caliber, if he even exists, that he would give you the time of day of a conversation? They never ask themselves this back because they think they're entitled to a perfect man simply because they're a woman. This is the princess mentality.
I bet you too. I bet you she lives in like a super small town. I bet you she lives in a small town too. Probably not one celebrity has ever even stepped foot in the town she's in.
This is the delusion of society today that has taught women that they're the cake plus cherry on top, that they deserve everything from a man, that men shouldn't have standards, that they should be accepted as they are, and that they are the table. It's bullshit. This is hoflation on a level never seen before. Not even steadily climbing, but rapidly accelerating. Women are actually, I think, part of a massive pandemic of a mental illness. Disillusionment, detach from reality.
Yeah.
There is a pandemic spreading in women. This is why half of liberal women are on SSRIs. How else could you possibly explain this? Think about it for a second. There's a detachment from reality that has overtaken a vast majority of women. We are living in a ill society overall for both men and women, but we have illness that is mental illness, psychological illness that is rampant in society today. You don't think most women are suffering that are at least online for sure. Low level amount of reality detachment, narcissism, a form of a personality disorder. How can
Yeah, they spend all their time on social media, Instagram, and all that. That's all they see is these rich ballers. So they just think that's how like everyone in the real world is rolling like that. Like the audacity of that woman, the audacity.
you sit there and quite literally, seriously, pay for a dating coach and come to the table with a list of demands that Disney princesses don't get to have in a fake world? And if asked what you offer back, most likely would be silence. Something stupid and deranged like, but it's me. Delusions of grandiose.
I am.
It's me, though. He should take me for how I am. He doesn't get to make demands on me. I am special. I am the star, the director, the producer of my own little movie called My Life. I am the center of the universe. Surely he can't replace me with a better woman. Surely I don't have to compete. There are no other women to compete with in my little movie. I am the only woman. He can only see me. What do you call this other than mental illness? I'm just curious.
100.
I think that's it. How soon can you find
How
the
soon?
man that satisfies this checklist? Are we talking a week?
Jeez, what?
Are we talking a week?
A week? She wants this done in a week. Okay.
Please.
Oh, there's more.
Yes, please let there
Of
be
course
more,
there's more.
So we have the
I am a serious person, but I do care about what I look like, and I like hair bows.
you like hair bows. Okay.
This is a bow. It's one of my fancier ones. I wore this today. This is something I might wear on a date. I
Okay.
would not.
She's got to be trolling, man. I know we watch a lot of these type of videos, but this girl, she's got to be trolling.
Wear this to the office because it's got a little too much. It might be a distraction. I typically do wear my hair back either in a bun or a ponytail. It tends to be unruly, which I do not like.
Mentioned that this one's a bit fancy, and you may even wear it on a date, which will, when we get to that point.
No way.
When do we get to that?
Is there more?
Please let there be more.
Yeah, there's no more that I could find, and that face says it all. And I had another one here that's probably like a good follow-up to this, where this woman says dating is trash right now because the men aren't doing well financially.
Dating is trash right now because the men are not doing well financially. And this is being reported on, yes, but I'm also speaking from like in the field. In the last 2 years, majority of the guys that I've met on dating apps have all been unhappy in their career to some varying degree. I would say like the finance guys all have expressed wanting to be making more money. And the blue collar and blue collar adjacent guys have all sort of expressed feeling like they've hit some like max capacity in the amount of money that they can make in their industry or their field, and then wanting to do like a career pivot to correct for that. But then also we're out there actively looking, but then, the men aren't actually available for a relationship because they're not where they want to be in their career or financially. And so then the women experience rejection, and the more rejection we experience, the less we want to be actively in the dating pool. And so we take ourselves out. And how are we ever going to like get together and procreate if like we're tapping out? And it's easy for women. I work really hard on having my finances in order. And the more that I've got my finances in order and I've got my shit together, the harder it gets for me to find somebody who's on my level, because now I'm just like continuing to outpace.
Women always want someone that makes the same amount of them or more. That's why she keeps saying on my level, on my level, on my level. And this kind of goes back to the other girl. A guy making 100, 200K a year is going to have his own list. And women, you have to ask yourself, are you going to measure up to that list? Are you going to be fine AF? Are you going to be peaceful and quiet? And are you going to be cooperative? And are you going to be good at cooking and cleaning? And a lot of these girls don't have any of those.
The guys that are in my age range. And so it's becoming this like impossible loop that I don't know how to get out of, because I'm also not really willing to like
settle,
lower my standards, or accept like.
There it is. I'm going to save the rest of this bullshit.
Yep.
I'm not willing to lower my standards. It's like the final thing that they all say that literally precedes, or I should say, comes after all the bullshit that they just described, invalidates everything. Yada, yada, rah, 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 dating, man, I'm taking myself, man, I struggle out here. I'm not willing to lower my standards. Oh, you mean you want a top tier man, and those top tier men are okay with just smashing a bunch of women and will not settle down because it's too easy to get laid with dating apps when you're top tier man? You're telling me the exact environment you celebrated, created, and voted for, hypersexuality, hookup culture, sexual empowerment, has come back to bite you in the ass because now men treat you just what you are, a meat sack to them? You mean you no longer get to trade the things women used to trade for? Commitment for sex, marriage for sex, resources for sex. You don't get that anymore. You are now the hookah and chill girl. You mean you are now not being dealt with the way your grandmother would have been dealt with? Because there are girls now that will happily come over to a guy's house to get smashed. Women how now outnumber you, that make no demands on men for sex whatsoever. That quite actually the opposite. A girl will make herself easy and not a headache and not demanding to maintain a high status top percentile man. She will actively say, I'm just so easy to deal with. I don't demand anything. We could just be friends. We don't have to have, I'm not the type that gets emotionally attached. I'm the cool, fun girl. Hoping that he thinks that that is a high value proposition, when in fact you are just a plaything. Women do not know how to project value to a man. They think that if they act easy to get, don't put up any resistance, make themselves the fun chick, that somehow that makes them high quality in a man's eyes for marriage, long-term relationships. No, actually, it just makes you the easy to smash, convenient option that I will use until something better comes along, i.e., a woman that is hard to get, I have to work for it, values herself and her body, and does not let any man hit. She has to have a lot of things going for her in that sense to make me feel like, this is hard woman to pin down. Men must be of really high quality for her to give them any time, which means not any man gets to hit. I'm not riding a town bicycle. Unlike every other chick that plays easy, fun, no strings attached girl that anybody could hit. Why would I want something that almost any other man could have? You understand how men think? These women don't understand how men think. Now, this value proposition also is balanced by your beauty. So you have to be extremely beautiful and have demands to get a man that is of extreme high quality that you're searching for, the top percentile. If you are not as beautiful, then you need to start balancing out those so-called demands, standards. Okay?
Yeah, the problem is they all think they're 10s nowadays, though. So these last two girls are super mid. Skinny, nothing, no assets. Just face mad mid, and they're going for the 7 figures, high 6-figure guys. Because they all think they're 10s.
And you could get a man that would love you and would take care of you and won't cheat on you, beat you, any of that crazy shit. But It has to be within your value proposition. Have you already got a rap sheet historically? Did you get pumped and dumped by a bunch of guys? Are you not the best looking? Are you just average? Do you make average money? Do you have some trauma that you haven't resolved? Keep lowering those standards. Okay. And then once you've lowered them enough, you start to meet men on your level.
Right.
And once you're on your level of dating, you will then be taken serious for a long-term relationship. But you're leading with the front, your box, just like men who get burned by leading with their wallets. So you think that if you're going to lead with puss, that you're going to convince a man to stick around. You're not. You're just punching above your weight because you're giving a man what he wants up front, which is what's in between your legs. And once he gets it, he can throw you aside and find another one. Have you ever been pumped and dumped? Or I should say, have you ever met a guy and things were going great and you were having a good time and he started fantasizing about how good life would be, and then you have sex and he disappears? Has that ever happened to you, ladies? Where a man just disappears or gets cold after sex? Congratulations. You led and punched above your weight for a man that never saw anything serious in you. It's the same when a man leads with his wallet and buys a woman's love, flashes fancy cars, a great lifestyle, and a woman goes, I'll give him a shot. And not until after he spent a ton of money on her does maybe he get laid. And that's you extracting value. You will take as much as you can possibly take from a man you're not really interested in, who is offering you a ton of things, vacations, trips, bags, a lifestyle because he's wealthy that you're after. And then you will give him some crumbs. He might get it here and there. That's what the guy does to you when you lead with your kitty. That is why when you give it up so quickly, he disappears because he already got what he wanted. And you were never on his level anyways. It's really hard for them to understand that men see women in two categories, for fun and for serious. Women don't really operate that way. They will learn the hard way though. Anyways, dating is trash right now because men are doing well financially. Proceeds to say, I'm not lowering my standards. What a joke. Anyways, we'll see you.
Yeah, man, we're gonna wrap that up. Jeez, these videos are endless, man. I tell you, man, they are endless. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, y'all, and I will catch you on the next one.